What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JoesTech. Very excited for today's episode as we're going to be doing something new that we haven't done before. I'm going to be starting a new series for the channel, and I'm going to give you guys a quick little backstory on it. If you guys are new to the channel, a couple months ago I did the Ryzen 5 budget build, which was a $700 Ryzen 5 build. And when I did that video, it was a big deal because it was the first build that I've been able to do that was just kind of for fun and just to build and share with you guys and then kind of take apart, right? So that was the first time I was able to do that. And obviously, being a smaller channel, it's not something I get to do all the time, or I won't be able to do all the time for a while at least. But you know, to kind of fill that void, I had a lot of questions in the comment section about, hey, you know, I want to spend an extra $300. What should I get? Or I want to spend a little less. What should I cut out? And so I thought it would be kind of fun, since I can't do new builds all the time. I would basically provide a guide for you guys and kind of go over a handful of components to build a system at a specific price point, maybe with a specific purpose. So that's kind of what this series is going to be about. I'm just going to maybe once a month put together a build, and again, this is going to be heavily reliant on you guys telling me how you feel about this type of content. Of course, telling me like what budget you guys would like to see, so I can get kind of a tally of, you know, what everybody really wants to see, and maybe give me a little bit of purpose behind the build. And then hopefully I can kind of sort through everybody's recommendations or requests and kind of see where we end up at. So for the video today, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of that Ryzen 5 video that we did, and I'm going to do another build based off the feedback that I received, and that is going to basically be a machine for gaming that doesn't have kind of like the cheapest of cheap parts. We do want to bump the budget up just a hair, so we're going to bump the budget up to $1,000. And then I had some people that kind of said they were interested in getting into content creating and kind of wanted to take advantage of some of those multi-core applications. So we're going to be doing a content creator slash gamer slash $1,000 PC build with the Ryzen 5 platform. I'll go ahead and try to link a PC part picker down below so you guys can have a full list of all the items, and then of course I'll throw links to all the individual items in case you guys are interested in looking further into those. So that being said, why don't we go ahead and dive in and see what parts I ended up finding. Alright guys, so today we're going to get things started off with the Ryzen 5 1600X. This CPU is the current highest performing chip in the Ryzen 5 lineup. It's a 6-core 12-thread CPU with a base clock of 3.6 GHz and a boost of up to 4 GHz. This is going to be a perfect fit for those of you who enjoy gaming but may also want to dabble in a little bit of content creating, or maybe plan to use multi-core enabled applications. Being that we decided to go with the 1600X, which does not come with a CPU cooler in the box, we will need a cooler. I decided to go with the Cooler Master Air Pro 4 for this because it should provide adequate cooling for this CPU even with a mild to moderate overclock. For the backbone of this PC, I chose the MSI B350 Tomahawk Arctic board. This is an ATX format motherboard and includes one PCIe 3.0 by 16 slot, a PCIe 2.0 by 16 slot, two PCIe 2.0 by 1 slots, two standard PCI slots, and you'll also find one M.2 slot, which we'll revisit in a minute. For connectivity, we have dual USB 2.0 and 3.0 connectivity and 4 fan headers as well. On the rear I/O, we have all the necessary connections you typically see with a board like this, including audio, but just because I know someone out there wants to know, it does support USB 3.1 Gen 1 and does include one Type-C connection. As far as memory support, the Tomahawk supports up to 64 gigabytes of DDR4, so you should have plenty of room for growth, and does support speeds with an overclock of up to 3200. Speaking of memory, we're going to go with a smaller dual pack of Corsair Vengeance DDR4 4GB 3000 for a total of 8 gigs of RAM. Being that we chose the Tomahawk, we have the option to add more memory later, and this kit is enough to get you started without completely breaking the bank. For the GPU on this build, we're sticking with AMD and going with the Armor 8G OC RX 580 from MSI. This card doesn't appear to be sporting a custom PCB, but does have MSI's cooler and a small overclock out of the box to 1366 MHz on the GPU, with 8000 MHz set on the memory. This card should be able to handle 1080 gaming no problem, and should be capable of 1440 gaming between, I would say, 60 and 100 frames per second. For storage, we'll be using a 240GB Samsung 960 EVO in the M.2 slot mentioned earlier. This drive's primary function will just be for booting and fast apps that you're storing on your primary drive. In addition, we'll also be picking up a WD Blue 1TB drive for data, games, and apps. To power the build, I decided to go with the EVGA GQ 80 Plus rated 650 watt PSU. Nothing too exciting to report here other than it should be sufficient and should provide the connectivity needed to get the job done. Finally, we've reached the end, and to house this build, I wanted to go with something fresh and new. I chose the Fractal Design Focus G, which is a new case that was just announced about a week ago. I think it'll be a great addition to a build like this and will really allow the aesthetics of the motherboard we selected to show through without having too much flash. Of course, the case does come with an acrylic side panel as well as USB 3.0 front panel connectivity and a couple of case fans to help you get your build started. Well guys, this wraps it up for episode 1 of Build It. That's going to be the series name. It's going to be Build It, Build IT. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of this content, it'd be a huge help if you guys could give me some feedback below. I don't know, maybe you guys will all hate this and that's totally fine, but you know, I'm not going to know unless you guys let me know how you feel about it. So if you guys could do me a huge favor and give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down, let me know how you felt about that. Leave me any comments, feedback, and of course, if you guys do want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comment section what you want to see, price point, and what reason you want that PC built for, so I can kind of pick components according to how that works. Of course, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel already and you want to see more videos like this or Of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already and you guys do want to see more content like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, this has been JoesTech. I'll see you in the next one.